pricing is a very technical part of catering.
Yeah.
Because if you miss it, you will not only run a loss, you would be in debt at the end of the day. It's a very sensitive part of catering, that pricing of a thing. I tell most of my students, I say, if you know you want to be delivering in plates, it's not an issue. But make it in a way that you put it out there. Okay, today's menu is jollof rice and chicken. Tomorrow we have onubu soup and fufu. So that today you will have at least 3, 4, 5 plates, as opposed to when just one customer wants a plate of rice and chicken. The cost with which you prefer a plate of rice and chicken will be much more than what you're going to charge for a plate of rice and chicken.
Yes, so our conversation today focuses on building scalable catering brands as African food entrepreneurs. Joining me to have this conversation is the founder and CEO, Naija Plates, Osoma Uchechi Hope. Hope has built a recognized catering and food delivery brand serving customers across Lagos. Her experience growing from a local food vendor into a trusted catering service positions her to share practical lessons on pricing, customer trust, operational growth, and scaling food businesses sustainably. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the beautiful Hope in the studio. Hello, Hope.
Hi, good morning.
I hope I didn't murder the name because I heard Uchechi, right?
It's actually Osoma.
Osoma.
Yes.
Oh,
Osoma
okay.
Uchechi Hope.
Okay, so what does Osoma mean?
It symbolizes great strength in Delta State. I'm from Delta State.
A great strength. That's beautiful. Strength. One day you have enough strength to be turning those pots of jollof rice. Okay, so you were just a vendor. Then you scaled up to building a brand. You understand? So now the question is, there are so many people who are also doing this daily order, or that's all they do. So how can caterers, those into the catering business, how can they scale up from just be the regular daily order delivery to a brand, to building a brand like you already have?
Okay, thank you very much. It's actually not, it's not an easy transition. I wouldn't say it is. Well, it all stems from consistency and focus, in the sense that the quality of food you put out there that you deliver during your doorstep delivery, it gives the clients the assurance that if they give you the opportunity to cater for their events, you would do well. Me, for instance, when I started my business, I did not know that I would become a caterer that will cater to events all the way in, like, far away Anambra State, Enugu State, and the likes, because I grew up in Lagos and all that. So how mine even came about still remains a miracle, because it was from a single tag, Facebook tag, just a tag.
Wow.
That was how I just became what I am today. Yes. So when I got that tag, considering the fact that I didn't have any experience about outdoor catering, I really didn't make profits from that job because I undercharged. And then I delivered exceedingly well. The client was very impressed, and she has a very huge fan base. So she made, she made a review, an open review. She's PDF Hairs, Madam Linda Shinimirin Paul, that's her name. She's the CEO of PDF Hairs. So she made a review on her page, and that was how the whole thing just blew up. So what I'm trying to say is, when you have this doorstep delivery, they will come in very small quantities, like very small volume. You might have the days I stayed, there was no orders at all. I didn't even go out to say, okay, I want to become a food vendor. Okay, I grew up, I've always liked cooking. I grew up with, I had this passion of cooking right from inception, right? So during the lockdown, my brother was in my house, my mom, family, everybody. So I was always cooking variety of dishes, and then my brother, foodie, is always eating, and I'll post, take a picture and post on my Facebook handle. So from there, someone just said, okay, I want this particular food your brother is eating.
Oh.
Yeah, that order I sold it for about 8,000 naira. I didn't know how to cost it. I ran a loss as well, but from that
Yeah.
particular one, my business just picked up.
Yes, I like what you said now that you, as a then, you never understood the pricing pattern.
Not at all.
So, how did you get to know how to do the pricing? And there are many people that are also making that mistake right now. When it comes to pricing, what should people look out for when they are, because this catering business, it involves a whole lot of buying.
To be on the safer side, in terms of pricing, I'll strongly advise you go for bulk buying.
Okay.
When you bulk buy, there's tendency of having more profit, and then you deliver more quality.
Okay.
But when you buy in bits and bits, you definitely run at a loss. And then pricing is a very technical part of catering.
Yeah.
Because if you miss it, you will not only run a loss, you would be in debt at the end of the day. So it's a it's a very sensitive part of catering, that pricing of a thing. Now, if you're producing in mass, like you're cooking in large quantity, it's better than when you're cooking, then you're taking order for just one. That's why I tell most of my students, I say, if you know you want to be delivering in plates, it's not an issue. But make it in a way that you put it out there. Okay, today's menu is jollof rice and chicken. Tomorrow we have onubu soup and fufu. So that today you have at least 3, 4, 5 plates, as opposed to when someone just one customer wants a plate of rice and chicken. The cost with which you prefer a plate of rice and chicken will be much more than what you're going to charge for a plate of rice and chicken. So when you have more orders, like you have 5 plates to deliver, and then you take 3,000 from this person, just for example,
Yeah.
then you take 3,000 times 5. It gives you a better room to walk around that 15,000 naira and get results, as opposed to when you take just 3,000 naira for a plate for that particular day, and you're looking for how to dance around that 3,000 naira. You calculate the cost with which you get the materials for cooking, the cost for packaging the food.
Yeah.
Then you calculate your money for gas that we're using to cook the food, your transportation to the market to get those ingredients. Before you now say you want to get your profit, how do you dance around 3,000
Yeah.
in that situation? That is why it is better you have multiple plates in a day, even if it's 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
That's where you're able to pull it off, as opposed to when you just one.
Yeah, many people think catering is just, it's just to cook and just to stir the pot. Now, take us through some of the processes. For me to become a caterer, what do you think are the basic things required? Maybe, who knows, I can just turn out hello to become like Uche. But no, take us through the process of this catering business. And what are the things, those that are coming in, new people that are coming in, there are some things that they need to avoid, some mistakes that you made that you will not want, just as you said, you will not want your students to make, apart from the pricing. Can you take us through some of this?
Okay, thank you. To be a seasoned caterer, first of all, you need to have that passion. It has to be inborn. Because when your strength fails you, when you when you get to the market and you see harsh market realities, your passion should be able to drive you to deliver exceedingly well. To be a successful caterer, please go to catering school.
Okay.
When I started, I was yet to attend the catering school. But being that I grew up in a background where my mom was a roadside food seller, her best friend, a Calabar woman, was a food seller, her other friend, an Igbo woman from Enugu, was practically selling abacha. So I grew up in the midst of these women. But it still did not teach me the things I learned in catering school. So if you want to be a seasoned caterer, go to catering school to learn the rudiments of being a caterer. After that, when you have a contract, please be transparent.
Okay.
Transparency pays a lot. That is the only way you can build credibility. Please, if somebody charges you, somebody says, okay, please, I want you to delete my clients, I'm expecting 200 guests. 200 guests. You find out from the person if it is a strictly by invitation event, because this is Nigeria.
Yeah.
Then you prepare for contingencies. You never can tell. I might invite Mr. Wale and the wife. Mr. Wale and the wife will come with their nanny, the driver. And if the food does not go around for everybody, your clients will pounce on you, the caterer. Everybody will pounce on you, the caterer. And then there are some guests at events that wants to eat everything on the menu. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it is a very dicey, it's a very profitable business, but you need to be very, very smart.
Okay, so in a situation where it is not strictly by invitation, so you have to put all that into calculation.
Yes.
Is that what Yoruba calls ugbomoya?
Mogbomoya.
Okay, I got
yes,
that.
the event of Mogbomoya, which is always.
Yeah.
Even if in the absence of Mogbomoya, you still see a guest that has eaten fried rice, that has eaten all the rice dishes, will still be shouting that he or she has not eaten because they've not had swallow. Nigerians are very particular with their swallow. And then all these staple foods on the side, abacha, ukwa, and the likes. You know, pepper soup, grilled fish. As long as they don't have everything on that menu, a typical Nigerian guest at an event will tell you, I did not eat anything.
I understand
and all
that.
this, it falls back on the caterer's head. Because they'll say, oh, I paid you 1 million naira, I paid you this, I paid you that, you didn't deliver. Meanwhile, you did.
Okay.
And then another angle, a professional caterer should look at is your vendors. Very, very important. Because I've had that mistake. It was a very bad one for me. You know, I got dragged, I got insulted. There was nothing, I wasn't put through because I made a singular mistake. I trusted a vendor, right? It was a wedding. So I trusted a vendor with the drinks for that wedding, but the vendor under-delivered. So the guests, because I was the one that brought, I can't start telling the guests, oh, I'm sorry, it's the fault of, I had to take the fall. But I learned my lesson there.
Yeah.
I won't go all the way for that, like for guests again, in the sense that is where transparency comes to play. Please be very transparent. All your vendors, have a meeting with your vendors so you know what is obtainable as and when due.
Yeah.
And then brand your business.
Yeah, that's actually looking to. That's where my next question was.
No matter how small it is, please brand your business and be consistent. We live in a world today where social media is the order of the day. There are so many social media platforms, you know. Consistency is the biggest currency in this catering business. As long as you're consistent, you won't know who's looking.
Yeah.
You will never know who's looking, you know. Like some of the celebrities I tend to, that has patronized me before.
Yeah.
I never knew any of them from anywhere.
Wow.
They all came from online. So you wouldn't know who's looking. Be consistent. And then do not reduce don't substitute your quality for what you're being paid.
Yeah.
Don't reduce your quality because, okay, so normally a platter of abacha, let's say it's 2,000 naira, and the client is saying, please let me pay you 1,000 naira. It's not ordinary abacha. It's not, because you're trying to make sales, you just take the 1,000 and then you under-deliver.
Yeah.
You won't know, apart from the guest, that particular client is in that particular order, you wouldn't know if he's going to have company or share in that particular. And then the reviews just go like wildfire. Just go like that.
Okay, so you've been talking about consistency. So why do many vendors find it difficult to make consistent profits?
Because they miscalculate.
Okay.
They miscalculate. Like I said earlier, it is better to take what you know you can handle than to just rush anything that comes your way in the name of I want to sell out.
So apart from going to catering school now, because when you now get to catering school, they're going to teach you these calculations you're talking about, right? Now, we have so many of them by the roadside. We have so many of them. Because I'm still going to ask you that how you are able to manage orders. But some of them, we see them by the road. They have the dream of scaling, but they are not able to scale. But you were able to manage all these so many orders. What did you do exactly? What system did you put in place to help you manage the orders that were coming?
Well, I don't believe in being an island. I employed staff. And then I
Okay.
assigned their duties accordingly. There are those in charge of markets, um, procurement of materials. There are those in
Okay.
charge of packaging. There are those in charge of making sure that the brands, like all the stickers,
Yeah, yeah.
cling film, and the disposable plates that we use to package this food, the coolers, everything. There are people in charge. There are those in charge of taking orders when they come, and there are those in charge of logistics. You cannot do it alone. No man is an island.
Yeah.
You need a hand, even if it's just two people. But you don't just start your business and then you're employing without, you have to do feasibility study
Yeah.
of what the business is capable of doing at the end of the day. So you need helping hands.
Were you just by the roadside at some point when you were starting?
I was in
Or
my house.
okay. Oh, everything was from home. Wow. So the kitchen, oh, I can only imagine how the house was anyway. Yes, at that time. So everything started from the house. And from there you moved to?
Natural fact, I had no idea as to how. Like I told you, my mom was a food vendor, roadside. Her best friend, the Calabar woman, Calabar, was also a food vendor. She sells all this ekpan cocoa and the likes on the roadside. And they had another friend, an Igbo woman from Enugu that was into abacha. So their own packaging, that was what I was working with at the time.
Yeah, okay.
So the first order I had was from Facebook, and the man ordered them. I think it was Efori Rose, and I just did the order and sent it off. I did not cling film it. I did not add cutlery. I did not add, So he called and said the food was so nice, but he's in the office. He had to eat with his hands. I felt so bad. It didn't occur to me.
Yeah.
So this is where branding and packaging comes to play. So I learned on the job.
Wow.
So I sat down one day, trying to get a better understanding of what this catering entails. I had to start counting I had to start measuring how many cups of this peak milk cup makes a 50 kg bag of rice.
Oh,
yes. That was how I discovered that, okay, a bag of rice is standard. A normal, we have rebagged from 50 kg. A normal like a standard 50 kg bags of rice contains 12 and a half painters of rice.
okay.
And that bag of rice, 50 kg, that was when I realized that, okay, still on the job, I realized that, okay, I had an event, all right? I had an event for like 400 people. And then I was still learning on the job that time, and I cooked 2 bags of rice. It was surplus. The food was everywhere. I had to go back to my drawing board.
Yeah.
And then I realized, okay, at the end of the day, I realized, okay, a bag of rice feeds 350 people. Conveniently. 3 big scoops. Not, there are some scoops. If you want to do wayo.
Oh, those scoops. I understand.
So like 3 big scoops. 3 big scoops for one person feeds 350 people. Bags of rice. 1 bag of rice, 150 kg bag of rice feeds 350. So if in a situation where you still see some caterers, they use that 1 bag of rice feed 400, 450. When they reduce the quantity, like the size of the scoop and all that. So it was during my own personal investigation. I was like, okay, let me know how many bags of rice I need to cater for so event. That is when I started catering for all these corporate bodies. What I learned from there is transparency is a very, very strong tool in this business.
Yeah.
Transparency is the strongest tool you can have as a seasoned caterer.
Wow.
That is what will breed your credibility.
Yeah.
There's no way around
other
it.
way.
No.
Yes. Credibility and transparency is what will help you to scale in the catering business. You talked about the scoop, that's using spoon. Now, some persons don't know how to measure when it is the usual plates, the one we normally call the takeaway pack and all that. So if with what you've calculated now, you know how many people a bag of rice would serve. But how about someone who is into the same business and does not know how to measure the scoop or does not deal with scoop? the person uses those plastic bags. How will the person be able to measure the number of persons to consume a bag, for instance, of rice?
Okay. It depends on the volume of the order involved.
Okay.
Let's say you have an order for takeout plates, 25 plates or 20 plates. I wouldn't advise the person to cook more than one pinta of rice. One
Okay.
pinta of rice contains 4.5 derica of rice. So with one derica of rice, you will conveniently feed 5 people.
Wow.
And have a little left. Okay. So it's not that difficult,
Okay.
honestly. Yeah, for let's say you're catering for you want to deliver 20 packs of plates.
Yeah.
One pinta of rice is okay.
Wow.
Because a pinta of rice contains 4.5 derica of rice.
Okay.
A derica of rice contains 4 milk cups.
Okay. I that measurement is not for me right now because she's actually breaking it down. For me, it contains also number of cups. As also teaspoon of. Thank you for I hope for that. But, okay, let's move to the business aspect.
Okay.
Is it a lucrative business or it is just a feeding business?
It is both.
Okay.
It's a very lucrative business. The food industry is it's very broad, it's vast,
Wow.
and it is very lucrative. If you have your target audience and you have repeating clients, that's the beauty of it. When you have clients that are always returning clients, you have clients that always, and then they make referrals for even those that are in diaspora and the likes. It's a very lucrative business. And another angle to it is you have food at home all the time. You don't just have food; you have varieties of food at home, but you cannot eat it because when you cook, you're already fed.
I understand that part. Yes.
So as I said, it's both ways.
So would you say that anyone coming to it, the person would be making a profit of, let's say, on the average?
Depends on if you check the location.
Okay.
Of the person and the proximity to where you, as a food vendor, you need to know where your client's strengths location wise.
Okay.
Like when I started, most of my clients I was at Ikotun.
Okay.
Most of my clients were at Festac. Like 70-80% of my clientele base were at Festac. I had about 10% in Lekki. I had 3-4% in Ibadan. So most of my clients at that time I sold mostly abacha. That was where this nickname of abacha queen came from. Yes, then you'd see 5 dispatch riders at my doorstep waiting for me to fill each of their boxes with abacha. Then now, for companies, corporate bodies started reaching out. Suppliers launch packs? Okay, we're having seminars, NGOs, and the likes of it. So,
okay. So now you talked about returning customers. What do you need to do for customers to keep coming back?
Okay, just provide quality service and be on time.
Okay.
At times, you will say, okay, the food vendor proposes, but the dispatch rider.
Wow. Okay. That's another one.
That's
okay. No, the food vendor does what?
Proposes.
The dispatch rider disposes.
Do you get?
Okay.
I've had situations where riders ran away with my food. These are the laws of the business. So what I did in that to curtail that problem was I decided to start engaging the services of this Uber courier. They didn't pay me for advert though. Uber courier, Bolt courier, very reliable. Any issues I can easily report to Uber. But you see all these roadside riders, even when they come from logistics companies, it's a give or take. There will be situations where if they don't run away with your food, they tamper with your food and all that.
Wow.
So there are lots of challenges in this business. But regardless, the profit far outweighs
The losses,
challenges.
yeah,
Far outweighs it.
that's a beautiful one. Then you talked about clients. Who are your clients? Because I understand the part that yes, everybody needs food, and the society has made it that if you're a woman and you do not know how to cook, you are not a complete woman. So
That's not true.
everybody is trying to flex their muscles. Everybody wants to prove that yes, I can cook. Everybody is trying to say I can do this, I can do that, I can do this, I can do that. You know, all those kind of things. I can cook whatever it is that I want to cook. But now you keep using the word returning clients. Who are your clients? Are they women that are patronizing you? Or is it just men? Or you just dealing with companies? And whom do you work with?
I work with corporate bodies.
Okay.
I work with celebrities. I work with the average Nigerian. I have even students, you know. I have student packages and stuff like that.
Oh.
So when I say returning clients, what I do, this is like a trade secret, but I think it will help a lot of upcoming food vendors.
Yes.
Let's say Mr. Obi orders a plate of jollof rice. And then Mrs. Amaka orders a plate of onubu soup. These are two different delicacies. You make the orders, right? Of course, you'll have a little leftover from both. You interchange. You put a little of onubu soup. You attach it to the jollof rice as complimentary on the house.
Oh.
And for the onubu soup, you put a little jollof rice as complimentary on the house. Now, when these clients receive their orders, they taste the other delicacy you attach to the food. It gives them an idea of your capability in cooking that particular delicacy. That's when you see them coming back. Please, that soup you added for me, Daddy, can you make a bowl of it for me? That was how I started cooking in bowls. Initially, I was cooking in takeout plates. But in less than 2 months, I started getting orders. Can I have 5-liter bowl of pepper soup? Can I have 10-liter bowl? Can I have 3-liter bowls? That was how it grew to that point.
But that's a beautiful strategy. How many people do you think will adopt that style of?
That's why I'm saying that you have to be passionate about it. If you're not passionate about it, you look at it like you're cheating yourself.
Okay.
Not knowing that you're trying indirectly marketing yourself like that through that avenue.
Okay. So talking about a bowl of food, 5 liters, how much does that go for instance?
It depends on the proteins.
Okay. Yes. Okay. If one want to order not. I don't want to deal with jollof rice. We've loved jollof rice in this part of the
Let's
world.
do abacha.
No, not abacha. There's this white soup that they...
Ofinsala.
Yes, ofinsala. If one wants to order for a 5 liter of ofinsala, how much would that go for?
It depends on what the client wants in terms of proteins.
Okay.
There are some people that are seafood lovers. There are people that are just give me, I don't care, any protein you like, just put for me.
Do you make fisherman soup?
Yes, I do.
Okay, all right, but just continue with your ofinsala.
So the amount I will charge someone that wants just ofinsala with just goat meat and stockfish is different from the amount I will charge somebody that wants the same 5-liter bowl of ofinsala that wants it with fresh fish, goat meat, stockfish, and boom. You see why I said the proteins determines the price. Okay. But on the average, because it's you.
Because it's me. Did you hear that? Okay.
Because it's you.
Oh, okay.
Let's do 90K.
Oh, all right. Okay, so we went through your profile and we saw that you have some clients even outside Nigeria. Okay. Is it that you export food from here, prepared food from here to them over there, or how did they become your clients while they are abroad?
Okay, that's where referral came to play in my own case. I think some of them visited and then their family ordered from me. So on their way back, that was how they told me, okay, cook, I want to take it back to UK. I want to take it back. That was how I started delivering it.
Wow.
But I'll have to freeze it though. I'll have to freeze it like 72 hours. It has to be rock solid. Then now package it in that same, like I like when you cook it, you allow it to cool off completely naturally. You're not putting on that, just leave it to cool off. Then you now package it inside the Ziploc, leave it very flat, put it in the freezer, it becomes rock solid. When it's rock solid, you now put it inside insulated bag and deliver. So in most cases, especially those in UK, by the time you get to UK, it's still rock solid.
Wow. So, which means the Abacha Queen actually exports food. So, yeah, when we say we've got a big fish in the studio,
Oh my God.
we've got a big fish, and she's doing amazingly well. Now, what would you tell that woman that is by the roadside and doesn't know how to scale up? Because we can't keep doing daily delivery. You will be stuck. So, and these people, some of them don't have the idea. So, what's your advice to that person by the roadside? Like, you can do better. Although we're going to talk about your school briefly, but let's talk about these women that are sitting by the roadside right now.
Okay. I would say, most of these roadside women, most of their customer base are just the everyday, like people that just want to have something
To
at all,
eat,
at
yeah.
all. So it doesn't seem like so. They end up procuring these low quality food materials like the rotten tomatoes. Not all of them. Not all of them. So to scale up, I would say do better. Get better quality ingredients for your business. Then think bigger. They say the sky is not. People that know me online say, I always say the sky is big enough for everybody to fly. Think bigger. Think outside the box. Revamp your space. Make it neat. Make it attractive. The eyes fits first before the mouth. Because you see some roadside sellers, you won't even want to go past where they're selling. That's
Yeah.
So revamp your space. Do a total overhauling. Clean up.
Wow.
Get competent hands, people that are presentable.
Yeah.
That are, they have interpersonal skills. Even if it's 2,
Yeah.
then you focus. Delegate it. You can't do it all. Most of them want to do it. They would rather be doing it themselves than them as their kids are growing up. I grew up to see my mom had like three salesperson when I was growing up. So that was when I knew that you can't do it all. When I started, I was doing market runs. I was doing everything.
And you were burning out.
I was burning out. But I was seeing the money, though.
But it was not showing.
I was burning out. But when I got more competent hands,
Yeah.
I became a bit relaxed. I supervise.
Yeah.
Most times, 95% of the time, I do the cooking. They just do the packaging and logistics and all that. But for events, I ensure that I do I ensure that I'm always there. Just those of you dicing the onions, chopping pepper, doing this, make sure everything is ready. If I ask for this, you give me. If I ask for this, ask for this. Let me couple it myself. I don't want a situation where they'll say, "Oh, it is Nigeria plate that cooked it."
Yeah.
And I'm called upon and I'm looking lost.
But why did you use the name Ninja Plates?
Oh, wow. Oh, that's a long story.
Okay, but let's make it short
Okay.
Because we still have a few minutes, so let's make it short.
Actually, when I started my food business, I called it burnt offering.
Okay.
I called it burnt offering. Reason being that the first jollof rice I made for a client was burnt. He said he wanted smoky jollof rice, so I thought I had to make it like very, very burnt. So from there, I think my brother was like, "This one a burnt offering, no?" So we called it burnt offering, but the way Nigerians are. So they started reaching out that no, this name is looking like something sacrificial, like rituals. Can you just change the name? So I wanted to go for Niger baskets. My mom was like, "No, why not you split? Just put Niger plates. That's so that you can, because I can cook from all this Calabar food, different other states. I know how to do them very well." So she was like, she thinks it will encompass to just put Niger plates. So I asked my sister, "What do you think?" I asked everyone that was there to ask my dad, everyone. Like, Niger plates is very good. I don't think, just use Niger plates. So that's how. Even to tell you how far my business went, I was not even the one that paid for my CAC registration of my business. It was a client that was abroad. After I delivered to her mom, Her mom was really happy. You know, it is very difficult to impress the taste bud of the aged ones in the society.
Yes, yes.
But the woman was very impressed. She really, really loved the food. She made her daughter to order again. So she was like, her mom hardly ever eats people's food. So for her mom to have really, really said my food was nice, that what do I want? That is, she just wants to do something that will be remarkable for my brand. I said, I'll get back to her. But she was like, have you registered your brand? I said, no, okay, I'll do business. And she said, no, I'll register it for you for free as a company.
Wow.
That's how I became.
Oh, that's beautiful. Nice one. Okay, so briefly, you talked about having students. Is it that you run an academy?
No, it's online. Online.
Okay, it's online. You
yes,
teach
and
them.
and that's, you know, you made a statement that you made a statement about something about food being relating to the female
Yeah.
gender. Actually, in my class, I have males and females that are like.
No, yes, there are male who are into cooking. Of course, beautiful chefs that are cooks. Male, yes. But what I meant was traditionally,
That was
people
back in the
tell you,
days.
no, not back in the days. There is still on now. People tell you that if you're a woman and you do not know how to cook, you are an incomplete woman. You
In
cannot be
2026? In 2026?
Yeah, it happens, you know.
I'll tell you that the male folks are actually competing with the female folks when it comes to cooking right now.
Yeah.
Like at times in my class, when I give assignments, you know, when I teach, I give assignments from time to time. At times the male come tops. It doesn't mean that their female counterparts are
Not
underperforming, but it is impressive. I see it as impressive, you know. It is not. Cooking is not a female dominated.
It's not.
It's no longer.
Right?
I will boldly say that
You boldly
it is not.
say
It is not anymore.
Okay, yeah, that's beautiful. And
Thank you.
so much, Hope, for all that. So, she is known as the Abacha Queen, right?
Food Dr. Hope. The Abacha Queen.
The Abacha Queen. Yeah, how did you get her name again?
It was online.
Oh,
So
you
call me
were
Abacha benders or come because of the different types of Abacha I deliver.
Okay, Abacha has varieties.
Yeah, what's different? Yeah, you have the Enugu, Abacha Enugu from Anambra. In Enugu, you have Abacha Udi. You have so much.
Okay. I'm knowing that for the first time anyways. And once again, Hope, thank you for coming on the show.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate you. And thank you for making people understand that, yes, our food can actually go across the borders.
Yes.
They can actually travel. And, you know, for those of you that still feel, I do not have the money, I cannot go far, I wanted that, you just have to start and scale up. You cannot limit yourself to where you are now. So it is very important. Once again, thank you for coming on the show. Yes, at the beginning of the show, you said you're from Delta State?
Yes, I'm from Ika, speaking part of Delta State.
Oh,
Ika.
Agbo. Oh,
yes,
yeah.
I'm from Agbo.
Agbo. All right. So you use Ika to say hello to your staff, to your family, to your fans, to your clients. Those in Nigeria and those abroad, you're going to tell them that, yes, Abacha Queen is in the studio at Sook News Television, and they should keep watching Sook News TV and subscribe to the Just Africa show in Ika, not in Pidgin English.
That's
So, over to you, Hope. Thank
am I
you.
supposed to say that?
Yeah.
Ori. Ndono, ndị nke m, Osoma Uchechi, nri Just Africa show. What do you call it?
Sook News Television.
Sook News Television, Just Africa show. Ya can read ebe nbi adekwoku abacha because kono don my Abia State ko emu maligbo. So me abacha me yuri chiche. Because dodoni eleni Sook News Television, Just African show. Subscribe no. Very good. I very much that no make. Kendi obodo Igbo, kendi Nigeria no make. And don't know.
Thank you very much. I'm going to send this part to my mom anyways.
Ori.
Yes. So, thank you once again for coming on the show. All right, so Africa's story has always been told through food, through the hands that stir the fire that burns, the tables where we gather. Building a scalable catering brand is not just about cooking more. It is about thinking bigger, designing systems, protecting standards, and positioning culture with confidence. Because when African food entrepreneurs move from hustle to structure, from survival to strategy, something powerful happens. Our flavors travel further, just as what Hope is doing right now. Our businesses grow stronger and our legacy becomes sustainable. To every caterer, chef, and food visionary listening, your kitchen is not small, your culture is not local, and your brand can be global.